Okay, so Vijay, this gets us to our absolute last topic in virology, that is miscellaneous viruses. तीन चार मेन miscellaneous viruses हैं, measles, mumps, rabies and polio. So सबको एक एक करके देखते हैं. Let's start. Let's start with our first miscellaneous virus, that is mumps. पहले वाले से शुरू करते हैं. Let us start. Let us start with mumps. Let us start with mumps. Mumps and measles, ये दोनों ही viruses, measles and mumps, they belong to which category of viruses? What is the family associated? They are associated with the family of paramyxoviruses. Mumps and measles, both of these, they are paramyxoviruses. They are paramyxoviruses. Measles and mumps दोनों ही बच्चों में हो रहा है. So it is pathogenesis. It is seen in children. They are mumps. They are seen in children either because of direct contact with aerosols, either because of direct contact with infected saliva or aerosols, बहुत obvious है. If a child is suffering from mumps, he is not allowed to play with other children. Why? Because the virus has an extremely high infectivity and secondary attack rate. Next point, portal of entry. What is the portal of entry? That is the respiratory tract. All these are obvious commonsensical points. Portal of entry being the respiratory tract. Next, incubation period being 16 to 18 days. So I can safely say it is associated with respiratory tract involvement with lymphadenopathy. So mumps देखो बहुत obvious है. अभी तक हमने कोई भी ऐसी टेक्निकल चीज नहीं लिखी which you were not aware of. Clinically it is associated with respiratory tract involvement. Clinically it is associated with respiratory tract involvement along with local lymphadenopathy. Next point, the mumps virus, it enters the bloodstream. Mumps virus, it enters the blood and spreads to all the other organs in the body. That is it spreads to the salivary glands. It enters the blood and spreads to salivary glands. Testis in males, ovaries in females. Testis, ovaries, kidney and brain. Testis, ovaries, kidney and brain. So the mumps virus, it is entering into the bloodstream and spreads to testis, ovaries, kidney and brain along with the salivary glands. Next, the most characteristic feature of the disease, most characteristic feature of mumps virus disease, or most characteristic feature of mumps, is the presence of non-suppurative inflammation. देखो बहुत important है. Non-suppurative, that means pus नहीं बन रही, pus is not forming. If pus forms, if it is suppurative inflammation, we are mostly thinking in terms of bacterial infections versus non-suppurative inflammation, which is a feature of viral infection, that is mumps. Most characteristic being non-suppurative inflammation. Next point, humans are the only natural host. Humans are the only natural host. They are the only natural host, and mumps, if it occurs, is associated with lifelong immunity. If once mumps occurs in children, एक बार childhood में हो गया, it is associated with lifelong immunity. Presence of disease in childhood is associated with a lower severity of illness as compared to adults where the severity of illness is higher. You know that it has lifelong immunity. Next point, put a star. This gets us